watching Today I Grew Up!
Now give me the microphone.
No!
It's my turn. You're watching Today I Grew Up. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Hey, howdy, hey partners, it's Today I Grew Up, and today I'm super excited because we're going to talk about my Toy Story Collection line in-box collection. I've never really shown off all the pieces I have now that are mint in box. As John Lasseter once said, you need to buy two. One to keep mint in box and one to open and play with.
And what's really cool is the packaging. Now, you're going to have to do what I do, not buy one, but buy two. One to keep in the package and one to open up and play with.
So when John Lasseter said that many years ago, I took him seriously. And to this day, 15 years later of collecting, I'm still trying to complete that. As you know, these collection toys just keep getting more expensive year after year. And even when they first came out, I wasn't able to afford all of them at once, especially. So I was a poor college student at that time. So here we are. I'm going to show off what I do have, and I'm excited to share that with you now. The first inbox that I ever got was this Toy Story Collection Woody. Real denim jeans in 2009. They only did the cloud pattern for 1 year, and I was really excited to get it, and I kept mine all these years. But years later, I was able to find a mint in box one because I had opened the other one. I found someone on Facebook Marketplace, and I was really excited because this was in mint condition. They had stored this on a shelf hidden away from sunlight, so it wasn't eaten by the sun. I was very excited, and I think the price was only like $200 or $250, which was very cheap because recently they go for way more than that. So I'm very excited to have this. What I did is I cleaned him up, I took out the batteries, and now he looks good as new. You can see the box condition for yourself. It's just really nice. There's no major rips or stains or tears anywhere. And because the batteries were removed, I'm one of those mint in box where I need the batteries out because it guarantees there's no battery corrosion, and I don't want to ruin this toy. Like, what if one day my open toy gets ruined? At least I have a backup, and this would be my backup. So, mint in box Woody, Cloud Pattern Edition, and I'm really happy to have this one. Next up, we have Buzz Lightyear. He's my favorite toy, and even though Woody's my favorite character, I always love Buzz Lightyear. As a toy, he's just so magical. He does a lot of things. I love the astronaut G.I. Joe crossover thing. It's just a really neat toy. And I found out through the years that the Cloud Pattern Edition with the circle logo is the true Wave 1 Buzz. And there was actually like a second wave of the cloud with a different shape there. So this is the most rare one. It's the first one that came off Thinkway's production line. So they didn't make too many of these with a circle logo. So if you have that, hang on to it because it's going to be worth way more in the future, especially once Toy Story 5 comes out. These toys keep going up in value every year, and it's very crazy to see the prices skyrocket. On this one, I took out the batteries, of course. I got a great deal on this Buzz. I believe my friend Junior Felix, a toy dealer, he helped me source this one with the box and the toy as well. So I'm just very grateful that I have it in my collection, and he has the original manual on the wings. Everything's inside of the box, sealed away after I took out the batteries. He's just like new, and he's in the box. And this one's great. It's a great condition box, and it wasn't that expensive for me to get because I saved up my money and worked out some deals. And although maybe it's not in perfect condition sometimes, when you look at the box, there might be maybe little nicks or little creases. It doesn't take away from the value for me, and I just really love it. It's a really super clean box. I love it a lot, and this is one of my favorite Thinkway toys of all time. Buzz Lightyear, True Wave 1 Cloud. And now let's see what else we got. Next up, we have the Cloud Pattern Aliens. I love the aliens from Toy Story. They're my personal favorite characters as well. They're just so fun. And sometimes people forget when I talk to them online. The aliens were in Toy Story 1? Yes, they were. They were at the end of this movie when they go to Pizza Planet, and Sid found Woody and Buzz from the Crane Machine game because the aliens were in there. So that's how we found out about the aliens from Pizza Planet. And that was always memorable for me watching Toy Story. And I really love this packaging. That's why I had to get, a mint and box version of this. And I have a bunch of loose ones. I think I have like maybe 40 or 50 aliens at this point that are loose and open. But it's just nostalgic to complete the Cloud Pattern True Wave ones of the Thinkway Toys collection line, because this is the reason why I collect toys. This collection line right here, when I saw John Lasseter do the Talk Toys volumes, that's how I got sucked into this. Pretty great condition. This is actually the original first edition box that I got back in the day. I actually bought this back in 2009 or 2010 era, so I was very blessed to keep the box After all these years, I still have the box, and I'm really happy with it. It's overall great condition. Again, there might be little nicks and stuff, but I kept it mint as I could. Sealed these aliens back inside. I did open it at one point, but it's the best one I have for cloud, and I'm very grateful to own it. And here's something that I recently got that I was very grateful to score for an unbelievable price of only $375 from an eBay auction. I remember I didn't have a lot of money to spend for this, and I never got the box. I think back in the day I got my RC used on eBay for about $100. Ever since then, I was never able to find an RCM box for an affordable price. And even now with time, it was hard to find. And I was very shocked that I won for that price. He actually lived in California, so it didn't take long to ship to my house. And it arrived in pristine condition. It's one of the cleanest RC cloud boxes I've ever seen for somebody collecting in 2025. And it did have 4 AA batteries inside, and I had to take them out. So what I did is I removed this tape from the side, and I was able to slide it out, and I cut the zip tie from the very bottom. There's 2 zip ties on that side and one here, and I very carefully, I couldn't do it on camera because I was trying to concentrate and not ruin it. I was able to tape it back when I was done, unscrew the bottom. There was 4 AA batteries, although I know it takes 6 because that's all I needed for the demo mode. And there was no batteries in the remote, which was, I'm thankful for that because it would have been harder to remove those. The batteries were in pretty good shape except for one of them. It was already starting to corrode. There was some early signs of battery corrosion. So I'm very happy I took them out because I saved RC from getting damaged electronically. This was a pipe dream for me, as I see them on eBay for like $1,200, I think, sometimes. And I'm like, there's no way I'm going to pay $1,200 for an RC, even though it's epic and amazing to have the box. That was just something that was a pipe dream for me. And so to actually score the auction and get a mitten box Cloud RC, I'm just overjoyed. This is like my greatest grail find for that price. I will never find this again for that price. And I don't think, if you get lucky out there, hopefully you do, but this was something that I just worked for. People always ask me, how do you get your toys today, Today I Grew Up? I just search the internet every day, and I hope I get lucky. And this was a good opportunity and something I got lucky on. And you just got to check every day. You never know what you can find. And I'm just very grateful I scored this. And now I have the Cloud RC. And next up we have Toy Story Collection Rex. This is actually something that I got myself back in 2009. I remember I was hunting the Disney store, and for whatever reason they had one left. It was $60. I remember retail, and I was thinking, I can't afford $60. I was a poor college student. So what I did is I used a credit card. I went negative on it just so I could buy this. And I remember I never sold it ever since. I just kept it. And I kept the box over the years. And this is one of the weird toys where I don't think I need to. And because you can take Rex in and out of this box without ruining the box. He's got a flap here where it just lifts up, and I could pull him right out and put him back in. And it's like, he comes already out of the box, coming out, you know what I mean? So for me, I felt like I don't need a second one of this because I'm able to remove him as a play Rex and put him back as a sealed Rex in a way. It's one of the few Thinkway toys I might not need to buy 2 of. We'll see in the future though. For now, he's my sealed mint Rex in the box. I do have some damage here, some creasing over the years and storage. Somehow this got a little bit, not crushed, but like folded over a little bit. So he does have a little box damage there. But I'm just grateful that it's not like ripped completely off or fallen off. Love the tail detail here. Looks really great. But of course, I took the batteries out. The trimies don't work anymore in any of these because I don't want battery corrosion. I know it could ruin the electronics. So for me, I want to preserve Thinkway toys and the toys themselves. So I don't want this Rex to get ruined. But this is amazing to have the true Wave 1 Cloud. And this is my Mitten Box Rex. Last but not least from Wave 1 of the Cloud editions was the Bucket of Soldiers. This is also another weird one like Rex, where you don't really need 2 of these. You just need 1 because you can open it, take the soldiers out to display them, and seal them back. And there you go. There's your mint box situation, kind of like with Rex. You just put them in and out, and it doesn't affect it. Like, it's not a box like the other toys. So I really am grateful to have this. This is one that I won on eBay. It was relatively cheap. These were more commonly produced in the Cloud Pattern series, but definitely to get the Cloud is going to cost you a little more, maybe $20-$30 range or up, depending on condition of it. But yeah, I'm really happy to have the 6th toy in the Cloud Wave 1 for Thinkway Toys. So this concludes my Wave 1 of the Cloud Pattern Editions Cloud logo, which was Wave 1 from Thinkway Toys, Rex, Woody, Buzz, Bucket of Soldiers, Aliens, and RC. And these were the offerings that we got from the first wave. Now let's get on to the second wave of Thinkway Toys. So for Wave 2, we're going to start with the most rare Thinkway Toys collection line toy, which was Mr. Potato Head. Rumor has it that there was some problem with Playskool Company with the licensing issues with Hasbro. We're not really sure who was responsible for the license for this, but we heard that they had an issue with renewing it, and so they only produced him for about a year and then gone forever. I remember they were clearancing these out on Amazon for like $30. I did buy one, and I still have it in my collection back in the day from 2010 era. But the problem is I didn't keep the box because back then I didn't think I needed it. Because I thought, oh, I'll get another mitten box Potato Head later. Not a big deal, but then I was wrong. And a demand rose, and these guys go for $800 on eBay or more now. And so I got lucky recently to acquire this from a guy on Facebook Marketplace from Mexico. And he only sold it to me for $400, which was a steal. And that was shipped. My understanding is he told me he just really needed the cash and he was in need. And so I wanted to help him with that. But also it was cool to hear the story of how he got it. And he told me that he had bought it on eBay years ago for a good deal. And it is a USA edition. So it's a USA edition that got shipped to Mexico. And then that guy sold it to me. So now it's back in USA. And so I'm happy to have it in my collection. The batteries were taken out. He sent me a screenshot of what the battery compartment looks like. It's very clean. So I'm very happy that there's no battery corrosion. And so this toy is in pristine condition. Now, during shipping, I think there was some damage that occurred on the box. On this side, it's a little dented. But that doesn't bother me because it doesn't affect the toy. You know, I wish it was a little bit more mint. But you know what? I'm just glad there's no major rips or tears. Just a little bit of denting and creasing here and there. But, I mean, for the age of the toy, from being from 2010, it's in really clean condition, I would say. I'm very grateful to own this because it's the most rare and most valuable, besides RC and Cloud Edition, to have in my collection. And just so you know, for those who don't know, this never made it to Signature Collection yellow logo. It was only white logo and then gone forever. The next ultra rare toy in my Toy Story collection line box collection would be this utility belt Buzz. As you know, back in 2020, as I was becoming a bigger YouTuber, I was able to spend more money on the channel. So I bought this one on eBay for $600, which I thought was a crazy price back then. But fast forward to 2025, they're going for $1,700, they're going for $5,000. I don't even know. It's all over the place. I think it's overpriced, of course, but because they don't make it, it's very rare and in demand. And Utility Belt Buzz is one of the most popular characters to get in this line. So that's why I think the prices are even higher than some of the other characters in box. But this one's great. I took the batteries out. He still works. He's got the original manual sealed inside of him, the wings, the certificate of authenticity. So it's all there. And my plan is to get a loose one so that I can display it with him and fix him up, get something for a good deal, and then never open this again. So obviously, because I did open this, it's not in perfect condition. You know, there's little things on the box where I'm like, it could have been more mint condition there. It could have been a better condition. But overall, there's no major issues with it. I'm happy with it being my mint box. Like I said, I'm one of those people who doesn't want battery corrosion. So it's very important that these toys do not have batteries for me. I can sleep at night in peace knowing that my toy doesn't have battery corrosion and it's not ruined. So I'm very grateful to have this one. Another rare gem in the Mitten Box Toy Story collection. Next up, we have Jessie, the yodeling cowgirl, part of Woody's Roundup. I love this toy. It's one of my favorite ones in my collection. Jessie is an amazing character in the movies. Huge fan. And the one thing about the white logo, this was the first time Jessie ever dropped in the collection line. She had real denim jeans, and then later on with Signature Collection turned into printed on fake jeans, just like what happened with Woody with the Cloud White and Signature logo. But this one never came in Cloud logo because it was first debuted in Wave 2, so the white logo is the first edition of Jessie, and we saw her continue being produced over the years. But this one I like best because her face sculpt is fair skin, which I think is closer to the movie, and also the real denim jeans, of course. The only flaw about this toy is that I cannot open it to remove the battery. She has a single battery and I can't take it out because she has some chaps and belt materials that are very, very, very fragile. They're not like Woody's plastic. Hers are actually like pleather, and so they flake and fall off. So if I were to open her, any little movement or touch will make her flake and it'll just fall apart. So this one is the only one where I'm like, well, if I'm going to risk battery corrosion, it's going to be this one because I don't want to ruin the toy. So this one's going to stay sealed. And believe it or not, the battery still works inside of her, which is very amazing. And I got this one from a deal from my friend Mikey.
It's you, you're here! Woo-wee! Howdy, I'm Jessie. Yeehaw! I'm so happy you're my friend. Home, home on the range, where Woody and the Roundup gang play.
She still talks, she still sings. It's amazing knowing that the battery is from 2010 and it still works. Blows my mind. I'm just glad that these boxes are not sun damaged. She's in really great shape. Probably the best shape I've seen for a Jessie of this age. And of course I'd get a microfiber, clean it up with a gentle cleaning solution, nothing crazy, just to keep it in mint condition. But wow, this one is very special and very rare because of the white logo and the real denim jeans. And she still has her battery, which works, which is really crazy. So I plan not to really pull that string. I had to do it for the video, but I really love this one, and it's something that's very special to own for Wave 2. Next up in the white logo wave, we have Bullseye mitten box here. I did take out the batteries as well for this one. It was actually easier. There's a flap on the side, pulled him out. I was able to go underneath. He's got a Velcro under the underside of his belly. And then I pulled out the battery compartment, unscrewed the batteries, took them all out, tested him, make sure he was working. Then I sealed him away without batteries. So he should survive in his box as long as I take good care of it, which I do plan to do. So Bullseye, I remember when I found him, my loose one that I have, it was back in 2010. I was hunting everywhere for him. He was sold out everywhere. He was more expensive, I think, because the box was bigger. He was a bigger toy. I think he was going for between $60 and $80, which was more expensive. And I remember thinking, man, that's expensive, but you get a big toy, So I was very excited to land him. And I never got one mitten box. So my friend Mikey also, we worked out a deal for this one. So I was able to get one. And this is a true wave one because it's got the text. It's a little bit darker in fabric materials, I noticed. So it's a little bit different. But this one's in great shape. I really love it a lot. The box has a lot of words on the back. I think the early editions had more text on them as they were figuring out the legal or the things that they had to put on the box. So I always found that fascinating with the older editions or the True Wave ones. They were kind of like figuring it out. And so you see differences on the boxes. So this one was very interesting to see all the differences on the back compared to some of the other Bullseye boxes I've seen and owned over the years. So very cool. I could probably do a comparison in the future for that. But this box is amazing condition. The toy's in amazing condition. I tested his batteries. He works. And I'm very happy to have him in my collection. And here's a summary of what I have for Wave 2 White Logo Edition. Mr. Potato Head, Utility Belt Buzz, Jessie the Cowgirl, and Bullseye. You will notice that I'm missing Lotso in box. I have him loose right there, but I do not have a mitten box Lotso. I'm on the hunt. It's on my list to purchase one day soon. And then I'll complete the Wave 2 White Logo line because there was only 5 toys in that one. Cloud had 6, White Logo had 5, so I just need to get Lotso to complete Wave 2. Thinkway Toys went away after Wave 2 and brought us Wave 3, which I completely missed for mitten box. I used to own it back in the day, sold it. I didn't know it was going to be worth that much money, but I missed out, and I'm still on the hunt for a Toy Story Collection Dolly in box, a Toy Story Collection Buttercup in box, and a Toy Story Collection Prickle Pants mitten box. Those are on my list to get, and I'm sad I don't own any of those boxes at this moment. Let's move on, since I don't have Wave 3, to Wave 4. So in 2019, for the promotional release of Toy Story 4 movie, we got some new Thinkway Toys products. I was very shocked because I didn't know Thinkway Toys was going to come back, but they did. After a very long hiatus after the 3rd movie, we got them to come back with 4 new toys for the collection line, now turned into Signature Collection with a yellow logo. So we have Bo Peep here, mitten box. I do have one open, and I have another one modded for Toy Story 4 Bo Peep look, but this one is my Mitten Box Bo Peep. I remember buying it at Target, and I was toy hunting that day, very stressed out because there were so many toys coming out for my YouTube channel that I had to review. This was another crazy hunt, and I went to so many stores, and the problem with this toy was the boxes were damaged everywhere. Everywhere I'd go to find a Bo Peep, the box was smashed, dented. It was really hard to find a Mitten box, I remember, for this one, because the box is so large and the plastic window so big, it would get really messed up in transit or on the store shelves somehow. So I was very grateful to find one that was in decent shape, and I promised I would never sell or open this one, and I'm very grateful to have it as part of my Mitten box collection. This box is so big that I can barely reach over here around the camera to rotate the box for you. But you can see that it's in pristine condition. Everything is taped up. The beautiful thing about this Bo Peep is that there's no batteries. She doesn't talk. She's just posable, which means we don't have to open her. And I'm very grateful for that. No batteries, so we don't have to worry about battery corrosion, as she is perfect just the way she is, Mitten box. Final thoughts on Bo Peep. I remember a lot of people were upset at the time because she cost $100. So the retail price on these jumped up. This was $99.99, and a lot of people complained. And it was expensive. To buy 2 of these was $200. And I remember I was like, man, that's expensive. But the fact that they only had 4 toys this time in this collection for Toy Story 4, I was like, well, I'll do it. We've always wanted Bo Peep in the collection, so even though she looks more like a modern Bo Peep, at least she has the throwback dress from the first movies. End of the day, I'm very happy with this Bo Peep despite those criticisms. Doesn't bother me. I love having it in my collection. Oh man, my favorite, Duke Kaboom, Canada's greatest stuntman who loves to pose. I really love this character. Keanu Reeves did an amazing job voicing this character, and I loved everything about him. He had a throwback vibe to like Evel Knievel type vibe. I really like the whole commercial thing with Rajan. It was just really funny, and my favorite new character from a Toy Story movie would be Duke Kaboom. And I remember buying 2 of them. I had to drive 4 hours, I remember, to different Targets to find one because they were really hard to find. I remember I kept going to Target and they'd only get like 2 units and sell out. And so one day I just decided to drive 4 hours to finally get 2 of them. And it paid off, and I promised myself also I'd never sell this and keep one Mitten box because the box art is just so beautiful. And I really loved what Thinkway Toys did for the presentation. You have his bike on display here. You have Duke Kaboom in his helmet through that window. You got that awesome logo behind him popping out, and it just looks so nice. And one of my favorite package presentations from Thinkway Toys that they've done would be how they made this one. Also, this is a pretty big box, so I'm going to rotate it here for you to see. It's got this really cool Rajan picture, and he doesn't come with a hoop. That's why I got a custom one made by my friend on Etsy. And yeah, it would have been cool if they came with it, but it does not. I really love the artwork here. Very nice, and you can just see more of the stunt set. It's just it's a really epic toy. It really feels like something you would have gotten back then, or even for a modern toy. There's no batteries as well, and that's one of my favorite features. You don't have to worry about battery corrosions either because he's just action pump powered with gravity. He doesn't have electronics, which I'm grateful for because that means I don't have to mess with the package. Very happy to have this one. I really wish we would have gotten more characters. Like, we never got a Toy Story Collection Ham, for example. It got canceled. Or a Slinky Dog. I wish we got some more accurate toys from older main characters. But instead, we got Duke Kaboom and Ducky and Bunny. And I think these were weird, too, because they don't really come in a real box. Just like Rex coming out, although I think that was a better concept. And like the Bucket of Soldiers does not really count as a real box. These don't really count as a real box for me. Yes, they came in this fun carnival kind of packaging, but it's already out of the box. And so that's why I don't need 2 of these, because I can just pull them in and out of this holder, and it's like they're boxed again. And it's very interesting that they did that. But it is fun. They do Velcro together. I would think it's really weird if you only had one of these without the other, because they belong together. They're like best friends. They Velcro together. They're meant to be together. So Ducky and Bunny, very fun characters. Not my personal favorite characters from the movie, but I had to get them because they were part of the official signature collection line. On the side of the box it says play till you win, and I like that carnival kind of vibe to it. It's very fun. And I do think the back of the package is probably the best part. I really like these photographs of the actual plushes here. Kind of tells you the features. They do talk and have electronics, so they do have batteries in them, but because they're easy to remove out of this package, that's not a problem. I can remove the batteries, no problem. Really nice. Love the Ducky and Bunny, and they did a great job. They're really funny. Key and Peele, who voiced them, they did a great job. And I love all the voice phrases they have. They sing, they laugh, they talk, they say all your favorite quotes from the movie, and that part is really interesting that they made these electronic, but they did not make do kaboom or Bo Peep talk, which I would find a little more interesting since most of the other Thinkway toys, collection toys, do talk. On this side of the package, it's just a little bit different, and it says 3 tries, everyone wins, which is, I thought, pretty interesting. Pretty cool also. And here's a recap of Wave 4, which you have Bo Peep, do kaboom, and Ducky and Bunny. That's all they released. I wish they released more, but that's all we got for the Toy Story 4 movie promotion for the signature collection line. And I'm grateful to have them all. So honestly, there was no easy way for me to put all the toys together here, as they're really big boxes and they don't all fit in one shot here. But I want to kind of show you everything I have. Basically, I'm not missing too much now. I just need Collection Dolly, Prickle Pants and Buttercup, Mitten Box, and Lotso. And then I'll have all the Mitten Box Thinkway toys, and then have them loose like I want. Just like John Lasseter said, 1 Mitten Box and 1 loose to play with. I hope you partners enjoyed today's video and walk through my Mitten Box collection that I've built up over the years. 15 years in the making, and I'm still not done, but I'm getting closer every day. As always, partners, thank you so much for watching, liking, and commenting on these videos. It really helps support what I do here on YouTube. If you'd like to continue to support me in this journey, all you have to do is hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're alerted for future videos on this channel, and I'll see you partners on the next video review.
You weren't the real Buzz Lightyear. You're an action figure.
You are a sad, strange little man. You are a sad, strange little man. That might be.
You are a child's plaything.
Hey, Ham, look, I'm Picasso.
I don't get it.